you ever wondered what it would be like to experience a different culture? Would you be willing to fly across the Atlantic to see Europe firsthand? Would you like to see the Eiffel Tower twinkling at night? How about the sparkling waters of Lake Como from atop a mountain? What about visiting the German markets with exotic meats, fruits, and vegetables as far as the eye can see? If so, Europe might be for you. My goal is to inform you about 3 exciting cities to visit in Europe. Paris, France is a global center for art, fashion, and culture. The most famous piece is the Eiffel Tower. It has 17 million visitors per year. It is an outstanding monument standing over 1,000 feet tall. It has 2 observation decks you can go to and a world-class restaurant at the top. During the summer of 2014, I had the experience of visiting this famous structure. We climbed to the second deck, which had 674 steps one way. Wow, that was a climb, but the breathtaking views were well worth it. You could even see the entire city from up there. Later that night, we came back to see the most stunning light show in the world, 20,000 twinkling lights that go off every hour for 5 minutes. The Seine River is known as the hub of Paris. It also serves as a romantic but functional river. My experience on the river didn't last its whole 485 miles, but the 10 miles we walked, we saw famous buildings along its paths. We saw the Cathedral of Notre Dame, the famous lock bridges, and the Louvre. Once our cruise embarked, we were able to see all 3 places close and personal. Paris was a busy city. Now let's move on to the relaxing Lake Como. Traveling to Lake Como, we got to experience the grand landscape of Italy. Mountains, lakes, and waterfalls were all in full view. Once there, we headed out on foot to see the beautiful lake the town is named for. One of the first things we saw was a hydrofoil boat tour. We knew we had to take a ride. The trip was an hour-and-a-half tour with captivating views of the sparkling water and mountains. The quaint village is nestled all around the Y-shaped lake at the foothill of the Alps. That evening, we ate dinner alongside the lake, enjoying the view at night was even more gorgeous by starlight. During the cruise, we saw a unique tram going up and down the side of the mountain. The next day, we had to check it out. Turns out it's a cable car taking you up the mountain to the town of Bernate. From above, we were able to view Lake Como in all its splendor. The Western Alps, Po Valley, and Apennines can also be seen from this vantage point. We then toured the town and visited the monastery of St. Andrew, built in 1340. Inside were ancient frescoes by none other than the painter Raphael. Lake Como was my happy place due to it being the most beautiful and relaxing of the 3 cities. Going from beautiful Lake Como next to the town of Stuttgart. Our first and last stop was Stuttgart, Germany, the reason for our whole European vacation. My dad was stationed here for 1 year for his job, allowing us to take this memorable vacation. Our first tourist attraction was the Mercedes-Benz Museum. It is the only museum in the world that can document in a single continuous timeline the 130-year history of the auto industry from beginning to end. The museum is round, and you begin your journey on an elevator that looks straight out of outer space. It is open and shows a movie on the wall as you rise to the top. The tour begins at the top, and you spiral your way downward, passing the different eras of the cars from 1886 to present day. I also enjoyed how they mixed the history of the world into the tour of automobile history. The museum had 160 different makes and models of the Mercedes-Benz to see. It was a one-of-a-kind experience. The next stop is Rebel Hill. It is built from all of the rubble left from World War II. Today it has become a place to hike, which we did to see the views. It is the highest point in Stuttgart with 1.5 million cubic feet of rubble piled on the hill. The monument is sovereign, seeing actual pieces of buildings destroyed by World War II. My final information about Germany is its remarkable food and festivals. The festivals are non-stop in Germany. We experienced 3 different festivals while we were there. The fish market was our final festival we went to. It had any type of fish you could want on a stick or on a sandwich. The way that they set up an entire festival is amazing. We also had a chance to visit the market hall in Stuttgart, where in a wide open space you can buy fresh meat, vegetables, fruits, as well as desserts and homemade foods. My favorite was the bratwurst and the schnitzel, or fried pork. with pommes frites or French fries to us in America. The smell along with the taste of the market, plus the variety, was nothing I've ever experienced. I hope my info on Paris, Lake Como, and Stuttgart have piqued your interest to travel to Europe. Take a chance to book a flight. It will be a trip of a lifetime you'll never regret.